Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are now tuned in live to the wrestling podcast. Live from Lucas Oil Stadium. It is 808s and Chill Shots. I am your host, Jeff, joined as always by the lovely Wakanda Lisa Rice and Nick. Say what's up to the people.
Hey y'all.
What,
Howdy,
Nick?
howdy, howdy.
Oh,
No comment.
no comment. True indeed. True indeed. Happy to have you back, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yay!
Happy to have you back.
Glad to be back. With everything that's been going on, I needed some joy in my life. So here I am,
There we go.
ready
Woo.
to receive.
Hey, man. Talking wrestling with the homies goes a long way. I promise
Yes.
you it does. Shout out to Negative James, pulling in, showing up
Yes.
with us, you know what I mean, being negative as always. Nick, how you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Got a lot of things got to go on. Got a lot of social media stuff I got to do in 3 days, and it's gonna make my head hurt. But go ahead and get it out the way.
Okay. Well, let's we don't get to say this often, but going into Mania season and got a pretty action packed show. So let's get started. Is this our first show as a faction for the year? I think so.
No,
We did the first. No, because Andrew was out last show, and that was the first show of the year, wasn't it?
is it? Wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Look at that. It's a little
Yeah.
late, but Happy
Yeah.
New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
New Year. No, we
Hey.
recorded on New Year's.
Yeah, but that was
Because Jeff was like, "Stop saying Happy New Year." It's like the 4th or 5th. I don't know.
okay. So that counts.
Yeah.
That counts.
That counts.
Okay, that counts. Okay.
You're right. That counts.
But
Yes, sir.
still, Happy New Year. I
Happy
guess.
New Year, everybody. For the
Happy
last
New
time.
Year.
Happy New Year to somebody.
Somebody. That's real.
Oh yeah, Happy Lunar New Year though.
All right, brother. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's what's up.
Year of the Snake.
Year of the Snake.
Ooh.
Yeah, the jokes
Oh.
write themselves, man. The jokes write themselves. All right, so yeah, man, it's a lot going on. Andrew, before we got started, you brought up a great point about Saturday night's main event. What made you bring that up?
I'm gonna just say it. I don't say I didn't enjoy it because like it was good wrestling, but I felt like the show was pointless. Everything that happened felt like it could have happened on an episode of SmackDown or Raw.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's only been back 2 months, so I'm trying to give it some grace.
Yeah.
But it's kind of starting to feel like the Saudi shows where you know how the Saudi shows they don't really advance any storylines. The matches are just made to be made.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what's going on with Saturday night's main event, and I have an idea to maybe rework it because it's already like our mid-card titles or the WWE's mid-card titles, they already don't get enough screen time during the week.
Mhm.
So I feel like when you do have those segments for the mid-card titles, the men and the women, use that to build up the Saturday night's main event and then still keep a heavyweight championship on it, male or female, whichever you prefer.
Mhm.
But I feel like Saturday night's main event needs to, instead of just trying to do whatever the heck this past Saturday, instead of trying to do that again, just make it something that's focused on advancing the mid-card titles and building those up. That's my thought on it.
Nick, what you got? What you think?
It was uneventful, the last one. To me, I didn't, it could have been a little bit better, Rhea and Nia had a pretty good match, That was one thing. Wasn't expecting the ending of the Gunther and Jey Uso match to be like that. That was weird.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker and Sheamus almost beat each other to a pulp,
It was expected.
which is good for business. And, Kevin Owens got super kicked. So also everybody learned that Jacob Fatu is the man now, and you might as well just call the Bloodline the Fatu line and call it a day.
Yeah.
Because all the things that people were worried about Fatu showing up solo, well,
Bloodline's over.
boy, but yeah, I know. I think it needs some tweaking, but it has potential there. So I'm just gonna give it a little more time. Give it one more month, and then I have something serious to say about it. That's all. For me. I mean, that's on what I think.
So I think it's supposed to be quarterly, right? And this one, since it's, quarterly in January, this one was at a tough spot because it was so close to the first one, and it's the week before a PLE.
Yes.
It
And during NBA
seemed,
season.
say it again.
And during NBA season.
NBA season, true indeed, and up against Collision for all that
Mhm.
matters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, it being the week before the Rumble, although understandable, it could be a nice lead in. It also made sure that there was going to, not too many definitive swerves were going to happen. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt for this one. I will say, I don't know if we need the full retro every time or if that was because it was so close to the original, not the original, but the return in December, that seeing the retro ring and the ropes and the referee gear and the microphone and all those things that close again was like, it didn't feel the same. You know what I'm saying? I feel a little different than you all about the card, though. Like, I did like the card, other than Gunther and how Gunther and Uso ended. I thought it was a decent show, all things considered. Jacob Fatu killed Braun Strowman. You know what I'm saying?
That's part.
Rhea Ripley and I'll say it, Nia Jax over the past fiscal year, the past 12 months, most improved in the ring. There is.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Like, she, everything about her is better. She sells better. She just looks more dominant. She looks more imposing. Like, I don't know, but she's improved. She's vastly improved. So I always can appreciate that. So, and like you said, Braun Breaker and Sheamus beat the hell out of each other. So, I appreciated the card. I also didn't watch it live. I had the pleasure of being able to fast forward to some things if I needed to. So that may have helped, right? So, but yeah, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm happy that it's a weekend thing that feels like, if you're home and it feels like I'm going to check it out, like that's a cool option to have. It's what Collision could have been this with AEW. They dropped the ball on that, but we'll get to AEW in a minute. We don't want to talk about that right now, but yeah, like, to me, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. It's gonna be once a quarter. I think it could be special. I'm here for it, but yeah, it was leading into the Royal Rumble, though. We know that's
that
coming up.
timing is terrible.
By the time you hear this, the Rumble will have should happen by the time you hear this. So let's go over the card. We don't have to go. Well, it's not that many matches. I'm saying we can kind of speed
It's
through these
6
a little
matches
bit.
and 2 of them are Rumbles.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not that many matches, so we could talk about it. What's the first match? Well, what's the first one, Nick? What you got?
All right, the first one we have DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns in a 2 out of 3 bounce fall match. Yeah, 2 out of 3 falls match
Okay.
for the tag team championship.
Okay. I like it. I like the concept of it. A good 2 out of 3 falls match to tuck. This is probably going to be the first actual match after the Women's Rumble, probably to give us
probably
a little bit of a let up. But I like it. I'm not sure who wins it, though. I'm gonna be real. I'm not sure.
I mean, last 2 out of 3 falls match I've seen DIY and they won, so I don't know. I mean, it has potential to be a good match. I just don't know.
What you got, Andrew?
I'm not interested. I kind of feel like I can't say what could have or what should have replaced it, if anything. Like, I'm glad that the tag team titles are, at least one set of them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they are on a pay-per-view. And I'm not finna lie, I forgot that, what are they, the War Raiders, Viking Raiders?
The best of the War Raiders.
Back to
whoever.
War.
Okay, I had it all wrong. The
No,
War
Wrestling
Raiders,
Raiders.
it's not your fault.
whoever they
Who's
are.
your Ra-
Like, I had actually forgot that they were tag team champions until this past Monday. So that being said, I'm glad that one of the tag titles is on a pay-per-view, but I have not been feeling this DIY Motor City Machine Guns storyline. It's just not for me. Like, I know they're good wrestlers. I know it's going to be like a good match, just from a technical standpoint, but I don't know, I kind of feel like something else could have been put on the card instead of that, or something with like higher stakes, I feel. And then, Jeff, you mentioned something. You said you think it's going to be after the Women's Rumble. You think like what order? Well, maybe we should talk about the matches first and then go into that, because I'm looking at the card and I'm curious as to what the main event might be.
The reason why I said that is because I think this match was there because I don't see anyone from this match being in the Rumble, right? So they're going to give them some time after the first Rumble, which probably is going to be the women to get it started, right? That's how they usually do.
Yeah.
That's why I think they'll put this match there to give it time to build up the tag team division, because the only other match is the Cody and Kevin Owens, right? That's the only other match, right?
Yep.
So yeah. And then, so I think I believe the men's Rumble is the end of the night.
It is.
And I only think that because they have a chance, I don't know where they go with it, and not to skip ahead. Well, let's just hold off on that. So yeah, I think the tag team match is the first actual match after the Women's Rumble, just because they want to give it time. And it's a Triple H main event, Triple H type of card. You give these guys 2 out of 3 falls. We're not really invested in the story right now, but they're going to go out there and put on a hell of a match, and we're going to walk away saying that they killed it. I will say that.
Okay. All right. That's something to think about.
All right. Cody and Kevin Owens next.
Cody, Kevin Owens in the ladder match.
That threw me off. That came out. I wasn't expecting them to do that. That tells me also that all of these matches are going to be long as shit.
Yeah.
We got 20, 30 minutes plus on everything on this, right? If it's only these 4 matches, we're going to be here for a while on all of them. Kevin Owens has had some great ladder matches in his day with Sami Zayn and others in Ring of Honor and in the WWE. So, and then Cody is Cody, right? So, I'm with it. What you guys got? What you guys think?
The match ain't gonna be good to me unless he does the package power driver on the ladder.
You trying to get somebody killed.
I don't know if we signing off on that.
I know. I'm just
homeboy from Judgment Day begs to differ, buddy.
Ooh.
I saw that live.
That was
punctured lung. God, that hurt. Broken ribs and a punctured lung.
Everybody reacted to that, and we're talking about on the last week's Raw when what's his name? JD Gunner. He done hit the damn table, head, neck, spine first. Man, that was ugly, man. That was
like ugly. I'm shocked they didn't say he had a concussion, because that was my first thought. It ain't really nothing to joke about, but that looks like a CTE inducing injury to me.
Yeah. Everybody, and even like Michael Cole and Pat McAfee were all like, I think he's hurt. They were trying to talk around it the whole time, but without saying, oh, he messed up. Or it's one of those type of situations, but but anyway, back to.
I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, definitely glad he's okay. Definitely glad he's okay. He said he'd be out several, a few months, but I mean, all things considered, right? I'm glad he's okay. But back to Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes. Can I say something?
It's a podcast. It's what we do.
You say it.
I think I can see a world where Kevin Owens wins this. I can see a world where Kevin Owens wins this, simply because it gives Cody an out to, if you want to bring Rock back out of nowhere, it gives a chance for you to put him with Rock, and it'll just be Cody versus Rock. And it also gives him a chance to chase again from Rumble to Mania to get his belt. So you get that Cody winning again reaction from beating Kevin Owens at Mania. Like if you hold him off Chamber, whatever the other thing is, and you get to April and then you let him beat Kevin Owens for the belt again, you get to reset his clock. So there's a world where Kevin Owens wins this. Just saying.
I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah. I would prefer it to his. Like, I had a different thought process, but I agree.
What's your thought process?
Okay, I would like for Kevin Owens to win this ladder match for the very same reason I wanted Jey Uso to beat Gunther on Saturday. I feel like now with our current world champions, with Cody and with Gunther, it's like a double-edged sword. Because I don't want to be able to predict anything right now. However, if Jay were to beat Gunther with everything that's going on with Drew McIntyre and Seth and CM Punk and Sami Zayn, like you got a million different ways that could go. Whereas with Gunther right now, like they're trying to shoehorn Seth Rollins and Logan Paul into this title match.
Yeah.
But it's just like that's obvious that that's not really organic. And I'm having the same thought process with Cody Rhodes, because like Cody Rhodes right now, like outside of Kevin Owens, who else do you see like as a legit viable, that's been built up to be a viable contender? Whereas if Kevin Owens were to win and he managed to keep the belt through Mania, there's plenty different ways it could go. It could be Cody coming to get his belt back. Him and Sami Zayn could have another falling out and fight forever like they always do. You could have, like, who else has he betrayed recently? You could have him have issues with Jey Uso, who still, he wants the big one.
Yeah.
It's so many ways you could go with Kevin Owens. Like, my thing is like, I don't want anything to be predictable. Like, I want to be on my toes. But it's just like it's not as exciting as it once was.
And he's a believable heel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens is a believable. He's not like you just throwing somebody out there and Kevin Owens is a believable heel. I like that because it will give you that leeway and that flexibility. That's the word I'm looking for. Flexibility to put a few people into that position to I like that. That's a good point. That's a really, really
You even got Randy Orton who could come back and
got Randy.
Yeah, so many ways, so many different ways.
And it helps, and it frees up the card for other people too. Like for other people to have, like, that's dope. I'm with it. Yeah, I think he should. I think Kevin Owens. What you think so, Nick, or you going the other way with that? I know you said you kind of agree with it, but
I'm with it.
Okay,
I'm with it. I have no problem. Like, Kevin is a good heel. It makes sense.
Great heel. And you need it. Like, you probably need more heels than you do babyface, because you need heels for the babyface to chase or to beat, but they got to be like reliable and like stuff like that. So no, it's a good idea.
I have one last point to make.
Talk about it.
Also, would like for Kevin Owens to win, because it's kind of getting to the point where the big titles don't change hands anymore unless it's at WrestleMania, and I feel like it don't have to be every pay-per-view, but I feel like the rest of the big four should be made to feel special, like how WrestleMania is special. I know it, like WrestleMania is like the Super Bowl of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But Royal Rumble is like the playoffs in a sense.
Yeah.
And so I feel like the Royal Rumble it's still a big stage. Like the title can change hands here. Yeah. The title can change hands at SummerSlam. It could change hands at Survivor Series. Like it doesn't like you don't have to wait until April every year to have a world title change.
True.
You also don't need the super long reigns anymore. Like you ain't got to pass it like a hot potato, but
we don't
like somebody having a 3-month reign is fine.
Yeah.
Make the 3 months worth it.
Yeah. I agree. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be, everyone doesn't need a year plus, right?
Yes,
exactly. We don't need a year plus for everyone. 2 or 3 months is fine. Like you said, it doesn't have to be a hot potato, but 2 or 3 months is fine. All right. Women's Rumble. Let's talk about it. Women's Rumble. Any surprises we think coming back for this? Or I haven't seen a confirmed list of all entries, so I don't know if that's leaked. But any surprises you think we get for this guy?
Honestly, I think Jordan Grace is going to be the biggest one.
That's the biggest?
To me, I think.
Okay.
Where is it? Well, it should be a pitch to be WWE now, so I think that'd be one. I say one of them. Let's say one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Charlotte. You got Becky.
Okay.
By some miracle, maybe Alexa Bliss.
I think she'll be there.
I do too.
Because they pulled the same thing with CM Punk when there's no talks of CM Punk coming back, and then he showed up at Survivor Series like a week after that story came out. I think they're pulling the same thing with Alexa Bliss. I think she'll be there.
Yeah. I mean,
That was my one. I mean, Charlotte, we talked, that one. I think Charlotte is,
I don't think they should have announced her. They should have just let her pop up.
Yeah, I'm with that
Right.
too. I'm with that too. Like that, we should be speculating if Charlotte is coming back, not
Yes.
not removing her from the list of people we know for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been crazy reaction if she would have just showed up out of nowhere. Becky, Jade hasn't been confirmed, right? I haven't seen. Okay,
Mm-mm.
which is good. She could be, still want that Jade Charlotte match. Good God, still need that. We don't have to do a winner. Any predictions on a Final Four? Not a winner, just a Final Four. You know they get down to that Final Four and make it a whole standoff type thing. Any predictions on a Final?
I mean, for me, I go Bianca, Io, Charlotte, Bailey.
Whew, that's a good four.
It is.
But if Becky Lynch comes back, I really don't know who I replace that with. I really don't know. I don't know because that's a tough list right there alone. So I really don't know.
Bailey probably. If I had to remove anybody from your list for Becky Lynch, it would be Bailey. But I have no rhyme or reason why I said that. I just feel like in 2025, Bailey would be the one that would be removed from the list. Andrew, you got your four, or you want me to do mine?
I am thinking Naomi, Io, Charlotte, and some surprise entrant. I'm not sure if it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's gonna be Jordan Grace. I'm not sure if it might be Nikki Bella. I'm not sure if it might be what's her name? We just talked about it, Alexa Bliss. But it's gonna be one of the surprise entrants. Or my guess is it'll be a surprise entrant, Naomi, Io, and who else I said?
Charlotte.
Charlotte, yes. Jade is an honorable mention.
That Nikki Bella was a good one. Because,
Yeah,
Nikki Bella.
she said she want to come back. I think they're actually discussing it. It might be possible.
And they would definitely let her stick around to the end if she was there. I'll go Charlotte as the easy one. Io. I like Io. Nope. Io's a good pick, but I'm going to go Charlotte, Bailey, Becky, Bianca.
Whole lot of bees.
Chalk. I'm going all chalk. I'm going the easiest ones and let them fight it out. Just and the reason why I say that is because of who the champions are. Like with Rhea being the champion and Tiffy Time being the other champion, right? Tiffy if you choose her, she needs a feud, right? So she needs somebody that could help build her up. And if Becky wins, you let her go against Tiffy, and that becomes like it gives her first real feud, right? But if someone like Charlotte wins and goes against Rhea, we pretty much that shit. Like, you know, and like
you had that a couple times already.
But exactly.
Yeah, for the returning Charlotte.
Returning Charlotte
versus
version of Rhea.
Yeah. But I was also, this is kind of like off topic, but not really. I feel like Nia Jax is going to be in the title picture again.
Okay.
So if she doesn't win the Rumble, then she's probably going to win that Elimination Chamber. Because I'm thinking, this doesn't make sense to me, why Nia went after Rhea when Tiffany Stratton was supposed to be your best friend, cashed in on you and won.
Yeah.
You just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you got all this misdirected anger towards Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Nia might make some type of appearance, but I don't think she's going to be out of Mania at all. Nia Jax is going to fit in there somewhere, I feel.
Yeah. They don't have enough women to not have Nia in the match some kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it would be good, too, even if Nia doesn't beat Tiffany for the title, I think it would be a good match to see them actually have a match and not just Nia be knocked out somewhere and then cashed in on, you know? I think they could put on a really good match.
True.
So that's my thought on that.
I like it.
Yeah.
What about
I'm picking a winner? Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah.
What about Bianca and Rhea for the title?
How though?
How? Yeah, how? Who goes heel with that?
I don't know.
That's the
Unless you put it that Bianca is the reason why Jade is in the
You do that. If you do that, then
you might as well go ahead and give me Rhea and Bianca and print
Mhm.
this money.
Yeah.
I would like to see heel Bianca just to see what it looks like. Like she's,
She hasn't done it in so long either.
Yeah, it's been NXT since she was a heel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. That shit, that would that would work.
All
If
right.
she the one to put Jade out, yeah, that'll make sense. Whew. God damn, I did not think of that. Nick. That's it. That's good stuff right there. Okay, men's rumble. Men's rumble. Any surprises?
Chick Williams gets the biggest pop.
Yes.
Bigger than Joe Hendry?
If he pop, ooh, bruh.
If that, because
You might as well.
he did a
you
rumble
might as
last
well-
year, right?
No,
It was NXT.
NXT.
Mhm.
Yeah, boy, you might as well just go name Indiana Joeyana, whatever you want to call it.
If that
'Cause
music
that makes
hits,
sense.
that music hits. Again, I'm
Yeah,
late
that
to the
might be-
party. You know, I'm a sucker for a good theme song, right? I'm late to the
You
party,
are.
but I'm in on Joey Hendry though. I'm here for it. I mean, I'm all
That
in.
work,
Yeah.
especially with that new agreement they got going on. So yeah,
with them in the NXT. Yeah, it'll be perfect
Yeah.
to let him come out with them.
And you know what? Because Joe Hendry is so popular, he might not end up in the final four, but he will either he could do both. He could have a very impressive performance, or he could last a very long time. He might end up in the final four.
Yeah.
So
But
who's to
just-
say? Who knows?
Yeah, just something to where his name gets mentioned. Like after the match, you're still talking about the Joe Hendry appearance. Like, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, that makes sense. I like that.
makes all the
Uh,
sense.
Trick Williams makes sense too. I like that one. What about you?
Yeah. Surprises for the men's rumble. I hope Randy Orton makes his return.
Yeah, we need that one.
Yeah. Thinking who else? Like Randy Orton's really my big one. Like there's so much going on, like with the men's heavyweight titles. There's just so much that could happen, but definitely Randy Orton. Thinking who else have we not seen in a while? You know, if Big E some kind of way, if they've been keeping that under wraps and he makes his return at the Rumble, because
Well,
they don't have, let's be for real, they don't have anything, and it's obvious, they don't have nothing for Kofi and Xavier, really. It's not nothing, or at least not anything obvious. If we could get a handicap match at WrestleMania and Big E come back beating ass, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm hoping and praying and wishing on a star, but Big E would be a good surprise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Big E, Randy Orton. Anybody else from TM?
That we want to see.
Yeah, that we want to see. I
No,
can't think
okay.
of anybody.
I could
It'd be
see
weird to see Dolph Ziggler and AJ Francis just pop up.
because then you have to call Dolph by his name in TNA. You couldn't call him
Yeah.
Dolph Ziggler. Because I thought about that too. It was like when this happened, I said, "Oh, Dolph is coming." Then I said, "But you can't call him Dolph," so I wasn't sure.
Well, I mean, it's been confirmed, I believe. Yeah, because Dolph Ziggler being called Nick Nemeth in WWE.
Yeah.
That would be weird because like his appearance hasn't really changed that much.
No, just the name.
It's not like how Matt Hardy back in the early 2000s, how he left as Matt Hardy version 2.0 and then came back as Woken or Broken Matt Hardy, because like those are two different characters.
Yeah.
But
Right.
Nick Nemeth and Dolph Ziggler, they're the same
Same.
person pretty much.
Just different theme music. That's it.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
But I had a thought and no, I didn't. It's been confirmed, I believe, or at least rumored, that Malachi Black, I forgot his WWE name,
Aleister
But-
Black.
Aleister Black.
Aleister Black.
Nah, he come back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might be in the Rumble.
But it better be his original theme song too.
Yeah, it has to be.
If he
But is
comes
his
back,
contract over or is it?
he
is
hasn't
that
been
it?
there. He hasn't been there
Because he's been on TV for a while.
Yeah.
because they're still going by House of Black, but he isn't there though.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if he comes back, Triple H was the guy who had him clicking in NXT. So I think this is the regime for him to come back and to prosper. So I would love to see him back in WWE.
Mm.
Final Fours. Nigga, who you got?
Wow. According to the wrestling blog, his contract ain't over till 2027.
He re-up. He re-upped on his contract.
Oh,
I don't know.
yikes.
Those are the blogs are saying. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Final four prediction for me. I guess I had to include that guy from Chicago that you like, Jeff. Him, maybe Roman if they decide to let him do Royal Rumble.
He's doing wrong.
I want to say Jacob Fatu, but they're gonna jump him immediately.
They gonna treat him like how they used to do Big Show.
So yeah, they're gonna as soon as he get in the ring. Wait. Everybody beating up somebody. All of a sudden, is that Jacob? Get his ass. Man. Okay. I'll go. If Roman is there, I'll go Roman. CM Punk. Yeah. I really haven't thought about the men's like that because there's so many missing parts here, and plus we don't know. They got a lot of missing and moving parts, and we don't know how many more people are actually in the Rumble.
I got my four.
I don't know.
You got yours?
Hmm?
Yeah, I said I have my four. Do you have your?
It's
I
CM
got
Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, right?
God, I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm open to change. I'm open to suggestions. Another
All right.
idea. I am thinking.
Okay, go
Huh?
ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I'm thinking CM Punk,
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, we
Yeah.
finna do this hate-tastic.
Yeah.
Don't you say it. You better not say it.
Jey Uso.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
that's a whole lot of.
That's a good one.
That's a good.
You got me with the Jey Uso because at some point
The people
they're gonna
behind him right now.
realize
Yeah.
he's on fire. Like
Yes.
he's on fire right now. So, all right. So my four. I got Punk.
Uh-huh.
I got Roman. I got Seth, and I got Cena.
I forgot about John Cena.
I got CM Punk eliminating John Cena in my head.
It's
I
a
have been wondering when he's gonna come back, and the Royal Rumble would be the best place for it.
yeah. I feel like
It's
he
just so
said
many
it
parts.
when he came out
Netflix. He said
Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. I feel like he alluded to it on Netflix. So Cena's gonna be in that four. Cena might come out 30th just to save him. He might come out 30.
Yep. There's a lot of parts on the men's side. It's
Who y'all think are gonna be 1 and 2? You're 1, 2, and number 30.
Cena 30, Seth 1, Punk 2.
Okay.
trying to build up and build up, I see.
Yeah.
I'll go Roman.
Okay.
One.
Makes sense. Yeah.
One, I will go Dominic Mysterio.
Okay.
It just sounds like a menace behavior for me. Number two, I'll probably go Seth. Probably.
Don't leave out. I just thought about this. Don't leave out Logan Paul.
God, throw me it.
I thought about that because with
Is
the
it
way
gonna-
they do stuff now, they would have him win the Royal Rumble just for a viral moment. Screw it making sense.
But can he at least jump off
like-
something?
Yeah, he jumps off something.
I'll let that go then.
I'd rather see him at Elimination Chamber because the whole jumping off stuff like that fits his shtick a lot better.
Yeah. Elimination Chamber
I
makes
don't
sense.
think
He's
he
right.
should be taking a spot in the Rumble at all. That's my personal opinion, but he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
I actually think he might get eliminated fairly quickly, or he might have some shenanigans with the streamers. But in my heart of hearts, I hope he does not. I hope he does not last long. I hope he's not in the final four. I just have him there for comedic relief.
Okay.
But my 1, 2, and 30. Number 30, I think, is going to be somebody who you don't really expect. I'm going to say 30 for John Cena. My 1 and 2 is going to be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
Starting
Okay.
off with some menace behavior right there. Yeah, they're gonna fight for what? Doesn't they fight for like 5 minutes? The first two,
The first two get along.
I think so.
they're gonna at least stare at each other for 3 minutes.
So, are we confirmed Jacob Fatu is in the room?
I'm not confirming. I'm just thinking if he's in there,
If Jacob
Yeah.
is in there to build him up even more, if he's in the Rumble, the elimination record may be in play. Just to build him up even more, his aura, as the kids say.
Mm-hmm.
I think you would put him in, just have that as a option.
Man, it's just interesting how they're gonna do this. I don't know how they pick the numbers, but it's gonna be interesting.
So that's Rumble. Again, not giving our predictions on who wins. Just we want to watch a good show, and I think we're going to be in for a good show. If I'm being honest, I think we're going to be in.
And I ain't
for
gotta
it.
go to work. I can get this limited edition beer that this brewery gonna give me, and I'm gonna be ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. I'm excited.
And go ahead. What you say?
I just said I'm excited. Like
Yeah,
I've been
no,
ready.
this is gonna be a good weekend.
Because the weekly stuff has kind of been boring me a little bit, but I know once like I said earlier, Royal Rumble is the playoffs. Like once the Royal Rumble starts, that's when stuff starts to pick up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. All right, let's keep it in the WWE. Triple H it wasn't announced, but it was leaked that he was told by Stephanie McMahon and The Undertaker, I believe, they're the people who told him that he is headlining the Hall of Fame this year. My question for you all, who are, if anyone, who is left that isn't a Hall of Famer that should be? Better way of putting it, all things considered, that still actually could be, depending on how things played out for them.
Have we
they're
did a
scratching
manager
this-
in a while?
Say it again.
Have we did a manager in a while?
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, that's Paul Heyman. Okay, I'm still trying to think. Who else? Because this
I mean,
I can't think of nobody. All right, let me.
Andrea had the best one in pre-production. What she
yes,
said. Yeah, go ahead.
I have 2 additional ideas, which
Okay.
I'm gonna come back around to once I say what I said before. But like you said, like they're running out of people.
Yeah.
And my response to that was they're going to have to start forgiving folks.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Now, let's see, I ain't even finna go there. I already know it's not even.
Don't you do this?
I'm not finna
Don't
go
you do-
there. I'm just saying.
Okay.
First and foremost, I ain't even said what I wanted to say yet.
I'm waiting. I want to hear this. I want to hear it.
So first of all, I feel like maybe not this year, with all things considered, maybe not this year.
Okay.
But if you done had a woman in your company who arguably at one time was one of the faces of the company, and she also was an intercontinental champion before, nearly 20 years before they introduced the women's version of the title, I think Chyna is long overdue for her own individual spot in the Hall of Fame. Now I understand, like, she went and she did some
Two things.
and like the thing about it is it wasn't even just like regular I'm gonna be nasty, but like she was using people from the WWE, she was using their names in it. So I get why they're a little bit averse to that. But
And you know what the pushback to that is? You know what the pushback to that is? Don't ask how I know this. One of her last movies that she did was with another WWE Hall of Famer.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I know she did the one where the guys were dressed up like the other wrestlers, but she did another one with X-Pac.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if he can go in the Hall of Fame with no issue, then so should she.
Right.
Yeah. So she inspired nearly that entire women's locker room that they have right now. I don't get why she's not in there. Maybe don't induct her the same year as Triple H, or if you want to be messy, go ahead and do that. But no, I've been feeling like I've been for years trying to deserve her own spot. And my other one that I mentioned in pre-production was Nancy Benoit. Because you just said, have they done a manager in a while? They did Paul Heyman, I think that was last year. But no, Nancy Benoit on her own. You don't have to call her Nancy Benoit. You can call her by her maiden name, which it escapes me right now.
Yeah.
But her work as woman, nearly everybody who worked with her at the time said like she was
Yeah.
She was a manager.
Yeah.
She went and she made it work. She gave wrestlers good advice that some still use to this day.
Yeah.
Like she was top tier, 5-star at her job. And she had an aura. She had an aura like no other.
Yeah.
Like the way she could work a camera.
Yeah.
The way, like her ring work, just being a manager, really. Like she had her own career, her own accolades, and it sucks because we all know how her story ended, unfortunately. But it doesn't have to end that way. Like they could still honor her. Like I say, just call her by her maiden name.
Yeah.
Don't talk about him at all. Because they didn't do anything wrestling wise. Well, they did, but you don't have to include that. Because that wasn't the end all be all of her career.
No. That's where it got weird though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She should definitely get a spot.
Okay.
And now I have two way, way less controversial picks.
Okay.
Bray Wyatt and Batista.
Let's go ahead and cry.
Batista.
The Bray Wyatt is gonna make. Yep, Bray Wyatt was one of mine that I had. Yeah, let's go ahead and cry.
Yeah.
I like that one. Go ahead, Nick.
The Hardy Boys.
That's
Ooh, okay.
hold up. I want to talk about that one. I want to come back to Batista. Batista is perfect. Batista also, if you're going to do Triple H this year, I will probably do Batista next year to give him his own, because he's big enough to have his. He's probably the only one left that
He could also headline.
exactly other than
Yeah.
China, but since China isn't here, with us right now, Batista's probably the biggest person that can headline by himself. So, but yeah, those are two in Bray, and let Uncle Howie do it, and just let us all cry, and we'll be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I got another controversial one, but I'm gonna save it till y'all give y'all's.
Or the Wyatt family as a whole, because we lost
yeah.
two people in the Wyatt family. Let our family as a whole. Let's talk about the Hardys, Nick. Did you do Matt, Jeff separate, or do you do the Hardys as one?
As one.
And they're in TNA right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can do that. You can do that this year. You can do that this year with trips. You can do that this year with trips. Because, they deserve it. Probably top 2, 1, 3 tag team ever.
One of the black people's favorite tag teams of all time.
Yeah, I like that. That they could be this year. They could be this year.
That works. This year, yeah.
And they are Hall of Famers by every stretch of the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, every stretch of the word. I like that. I had the Hardys on mine. Man, that Bray Wyatt one is perfect. Batista probably could headline by himself next year. Andrew, you said you had another controversial one.
Yes, this person has already, like, I remember reading a while ago, he says he doesn't want it. And even though right now he's controversial because of things he believes, things he has said, because he's built like a baby mama, I think Chris Jericho has a Hall of Fame worthy career.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think he needs to go in. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but at some point.
Give him 2 years. He'll change his mind.
Yeah, he deserves it. Whether he wants it or not, he deserves it.
True that.
Put my feelings about him aside and be like, yeah, he deserves it.
He's got to stop wrestling so he can go in. Because Chris still is full time in AEW, which is insane. And yeah, if he can stop doing that, then yeah, but he can't. So it's gonna be another 2 or 3 years. He's probably another one that Batista, and then he can headline a year when he's ready. I like that.
And then John Cena will go in sometime within the next 3 to 5 years. Actually, he might go in next year once he's officially done.
It's next year.
But I actually think Stu, the guy who runs after him to the ring, I think he should be inducted into the Hall of Fame, because the fact that you haven't been able to keep up with that for like 20 years.
With a camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You deserve.
And them cameras ain't light.
Yeah. Stu and the guy who tosses Stone Cold's beer should be in the Hall of Fame.
How does he do that so accurate?
Nah,
ain't never miss.
That's
right in the hand.
hard is Jericho. Cena definitely he's retiring this year. How long before Dwayne decides he wants to go in?
The way he feels 10 more years.
Think Dwayne's 10 years before he goes in? I don't think it's 10 years before he go in.
I mean, he can stop now. He's in it the next day.
Yeah. I think he goes in when he wants to. Like whenever The Rock decides he wants to be a Hall of Famer.
I agree.
So Jericho, Batista, Rock, of course, China. Here's a better question. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, y'all think Goldust goes in at any point?
He's retiring this year from AEW.
But he should.
He's doing his last match in AEW this year. So if he's doing his last match, he can go in next year. I don't know if he wants to go in as Goldust though. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
And to go in as a WWE performer, he would have to be Goldust.
All right. And one last question.
Yeah.
Because I believe he's also about to retire this year. No, because I just Googled it just to be sure. He says he's not sure that he's eligible in the first place. But Sabu.
I think Sabu's one of those guys who, like, that last week they already got the card fixed. Then it's like, and Sabu.
Wow.
Not saying he doesn't deserve it. I think a majority of his popular work was in ECW, right?
Yeah.
And to me, he's a Hall of Famer, hands down. You know, again, it's gonna be one of those last. You got your main guy, you got your celebrity, you got a manager, and Sabu. You know what I'm saying? And there we go. So, but he should go. He definitely should be there. Hell is R-Truth is going to be a Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
R-Truth is going to be a Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah. R-Truth is definitely a Hall of Fame. R-Truth's probably going to have one of the better speeches.
That too.
All right, lastly, we can move on to the next topic here. If Triple H is, if the rumor is true, Triple H is the headliner this year. Who?
It's true. It's on WWE website right now.
They got it on there? Okay. When I read it earlier, it was like it hadn't been confirmed. Okay. All right. Bet. Who's inducting him? Stephanie or Shawn?
I was just going to say them not too. He might have double inductions. Who knows?
Yeah. Both of them might do it at this point. Mm-hmm.
Hell of a run.
Who else would be? Oh, I just had a thought.
Kevin Nash?
No, I mean possibly.
Okay,
but that's not what I was thinking about.
What's the thought?
No, and I think we might have mentioned this a while back.
Yeah.
But Vince McMahon made the WWE and he could never get in the Hall of Fame.
He said he never wanted to go in, right? But I think
like not even posthumously now.
Yeah. I think that will have to be the only way he goes in would be that.
Yeah. Or you could like gloss over the negativity.
You just put him in, or you can name it the Vince McMahon Hall of Fame, right? You could name it, even though it's not a physical place, you could name it that and have him go in if you want. But speaking of someone who would never, his family said never go in, what about Owen?
He should have been in it.
Well,
it's a bad look, but
his family won't let him. They won't let them do it. His wife.
I blame him.
Yeah, true. All things considered, true. That's more so for the fans than anything, because I don't know if I would, if it was my family member, I don't know if I could deal with that either. So you got a point. Speaking of where Owen is, he has the Owen Hart tournament at this company. Let's talk a little bit of AEW before we get out of here. Why was this on the card? Why is this on the docket, Nick?
Okay. A tweet made by somebody called Lifer WWE said this: Swerve and Lashley don't want to work with each other. Britt Baker is no longer wanted in AEW. Ray Phoenix tweets. Action Bronson claiming that the AEW locker room was weird. The Kevin Kelly situation. Ricky Starks and others being kept off AEW television for no reason, and AEW people is in civil war. 2025 is off to a great start for AEW.
Man, that's nuts.
A lot to unpack.
A lot to unpack. So, with that being said, what do y'all think about these claims? We're gonna say alleged claims, even though a couple of them not allegedly.
I'll say
Jeffrey?
this. I'll say this, and I'll make it quick because I have a lot of thoughts about AEW, but I'll save them for let you guys cook, then I'll kind of back clean up. CM Punk got blamed a lot. He looks more and more correct every day. That's just it. He looks more and more correct each and every day. And that, I mean, you hate to say it, right? But it's the truth. He looks more and more correct every day. But Andrew, I'll let you go.
Nah, I mean, you're right. I don't want to admit it, but I got to admit, like, what was that, a year or two ago when we were discussing why he left?
Yeah.
Got to admit, I was wrong. Maybe he wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
Or maybe everybody was the problem, because that's how it's sounding. Like, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of cohesion in the locker room. Like, I know, like, we all got jobs. We all have had to be in places with people we don't particularly, like, I wouldn't hang out with you if it wasn't for work type of situations. But, it's just like, there's always stories coming out like this every other month.
Yeah.
Like, if it's not Ray Phoenix, it's Britt Baker. And if it's not her, it's somebody else. And if it's not them, it's somebody else.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to get some type of control. Like, there has to be some level of professionalism. And the one that kind of took me by surprise was the Swerve and Lashley not wanting to work together. Because it's rumored that they don't like each other in real life, and that's not really something they can move past. But I remember them having a match together not that long ago, and it was actually pretty decent. So I'm just, like, I get it if he don't want to join the Hurt Syndicate or whatever, but, like, just not wanting to continue the feud or anything, or I don't know, man.
That sucks, too. Because it
Yeah.
was right there. When they first got there, and they had, what's my guy that walked out to the ring with him, Prince, God dang it. What's the gentleman's name?
Nah.
Yeah.
Like, and what the hell? I mean, hell, I haven't seen Swerve in a while, actually, but
Yeah.
with both of them being like, I don't know, that just speaks to the cluster that is AEW. But go ahead.
One, does CM Punk have a point about them being a mess? Yeah.
Okay.
But also self-inflicted too. Anywho,
Yeah,
somebody
because
had
you
to be
punch your coworker because you
can't
don't
punch
like
a coworker. Now, but if
You
I'm Ricky
want to
Stark,
talk, Nick.
I didn't punch my coworker. I just told her she stank. Anywho,
No wonder you don't like HR.
snitches. Anywho, it's like I've said in other episodes, every week it seems like AEW has someone leak some information and some we finding out that happened backstage.
Yep.
Find out about this and that. Now we find out Ricky Starks now why they're not on TV and they're doing other things, but they can't do other things because AEW is forbidding them from doing these things. And then now they're now trying to do some stuff outside of it even more. They're still blocking them, but then they decide to let them loose. And it's like, now we got Britt Baker. Now he's saying he don't want her there. Like it's something new every week there.
Yeah.
It's like a wrestling company ran by high schoolers that are just going at each other for no reason.
Yeah. Yes.
And it makes me feel like if Ricky Starks wants out of his contract, he might have to beat up Jungle Boy too.
It works.
It's gotten that bad. You got to beat up somebody to get up out of there at this point. But they need, like you said on the last show, like Tony Khan is one of us, but with his own promotion, right? I don't know what wrestler said it, but they said that he needs to control it. He's not a controller type guy, or he needs to hire somebody to do it. And I think that's going to become, or AEW is going to just sink under by his own account.
The problem, one of the main problems with that is money isn't an option, isn't an object. So if the money isn't the problem and your business is hemorrhaging money, but you don't care because everything else is keeping it afloat, it doesn't sting as much. So you may not realize the changes that you need to make are drastic. You'll keep convincing yourself, as a small business owner myself, you will convince yourself, oh, this is fine. This is this. I can do it this way. Then you realize I'm putting more. Yeah, you got to put money into your business to make it work. True indeed. But they aren't even where they were when they started. That's dog, they did 200,000 viewers on Collision last week, and I don't really get into the viewership thing because it is what it is on that. Like you could tweak those numbers. You can have good weeks, you can have bad weeks, but a live show doing 200K on a Saturday, that's not good, man. That's not good. I'm at the live show. As good as that live show was that I went to, because their wrestling matches and their pay-per-views are going to always be great because they have the talent to put on 5-star matches on top of 5-star matches. But because everybody in the wrestling show talks to each other, especially at a small enough venue where you're right there on top of each other, and you just gotta talk about the matches. 40% of people I'm talking to are free tickets, and that's not good. If you aren't,
You said free tickets?
Free tickets. They're there for free. Like they're just telling, like we didn't pay for this. Like, and you're in a venue that holds. We said we googled it last time, 6,000, and you cut
6,000,
off
7,000.
Yeah, and you cut off 40% of the arena to put the jumbotron and all that. So you sell you probably had 3,500 seats available, and majority of the people I'm talking to, and these are good seats, these are close seats, are saying that they got in free. That's not good.
I don't like the numbers.
It's not good. They're barely in Dynamite. Their A show is barely doing 400, 500, 600,000 people. If this was anyone else, if this was TNA, when TNA was trying to be the number two company, if this was TNA would be sinking right now. Like kicked off TV, trying to find another home. We remember those days when TNA was on Spike, or we turned into TNA, it was Spike, and they were doing great. And then Spike was like, we want to go another direction. They went with the UFC and then go with TNA. They lost their viewership. TNA started spiraling, and now TNA starting to get their footing back, which is dope. But nah, man, like it's a lot with AEW that you don't want to say it's too late because they have such a talented roster. Somebody's going to look at the books one day and say, "What are we doing? like, what are we doing right now, man? That many, like, nah, I don't know."
Wasn't it rumored? What were you gonna say?
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because with the whole issue with the money and just, because I appreciate your perspective, because that's not something I would have thought about. But wasn't it rumored a little bit ago that Shane McMahon was interested in AEW in some form or fashion? Because I feel like I don't think Vince needs to be involved at all, and I don't think he would be welcome there, number one.
Yeah.
But I do think that maybe Shane McMahon could offer some type of expertise.
Yeah.
Because even though money's not an issue, you don't want to just be throwing money away, because even though money's not an issue right now, today, it could become an issue tomorrow or the day after tomorrow.
Exactly.
Like nothing is promised.
Mm-hmm. And he being Tony Khan has to look at that one day like, man, because again, like I said, sooner or later, you're going to look around and say, come on, like, this is just too much money going out. And you're overpaying the talent, number one, which is good for the talent, get your money. You know what I'm saying? You're overpaying people to come there to wrestle, and then it isn't coming out for you in the back end in the wash. It's not coming out for you in the wash. So the scary part is there isn't anything that shows this is getting better. Yeah, I love that the Hurt Business the Hurt Syndicate is there. I think they're doing great.
Tag champ.
But here is AEW in a nutshell in 2025. Why in the hell is your number one signee, the guy you banked it all on, MJF, arguing with Jeff Jarrett? I love Jeff Jarrett. He's from Tennessee, right outside of Nashville and Hendersonville, one of my favorites of all time. There's no reason that MJF should be wasting time with Jeff Jarrett. And the even worse part about that is MJF doesn't even get the same reactions as he used to. And he was the reason why you watched AEW. And now he comes out, and he came out in the show I went to. It was like, man, MJF. This is the guy. This was the guy on the bidding war. This was the guy who left and made it such a big deal that you signed him back, and then you sign him back. Now he's barely worth a damn. It's crazy. Still talented, still very, very, very young. So I'm not worried that he won't turn this around, but it's just that they are in a tough spot.
Do we have any insight into who's doing the booking? Is it all Tony?
I think people have insight, but I think just similar to Vince in WWE, he's the last word. So whatever Tony wants, Tony gets.
Because, like, for me, I feel like the women, like we've spoken about AEW's women division plenty of times on the show. I think that is an underutilized thing over there, and I think if he focused a little bit more on them, because Toni Storm, whether she's just Toni Storm or Timeless Toni Storm, like she's getting attention online.
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné, same thing. Willow's Nightingale, she's AEW, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
Chris Statlander, like they're putting their eggs in the wrong baskets. I think I don't know, I can't say that it's favoritism. I can't say that it's somebody just booking what they like to book and not thinking about the bigger picture. I can't say any of that because I don't know. Yeah. But I will say that it seems like whoever is making decisions as far as like what the shows look like in the matches, I don't think they're thinking clearly. I don't think they're getting like the right kind of feedback either. That's just my opinion.
I like it. And stop giving the belt to Jon Moxley. Like, for real, man. Like, I love Moxley. I get it. But him leading that's what, the Death Raiders or Deaths, whatever they're called?
Death Riders.
Death Riders. Nah, dog. That don't, no. Straight. Put the belt on Powerhouse Hobbs. I don't understand. That match didn't even happen, I don't think. Like, when Powerhouse won the number one contendership in that gauntlet match, and I didn't even see the payoff for that. Anyway.
They have wrestlers who can and will draw.
Yeah.
And you utilize them Ring of Honor wrestlers. Where's Cesaro and them? Where's Athena?
Where's Athena? That's the question. Athena's keeping the damn lights on in Ring of Honor, but
man,
you keeping her on your C show, not even your B show, because your B show is Collision. You keeping her on the C show and the B program.
That's what I say. Like, they got people who can draw. Like, they have people who, if you put them on TV, you can get an audience to care about them and who will tune in regularly to watch them. But for whatever reason, we get Jon Moxley with the belt. We get MJF arguing with Jeff Jarrett.
Another thing, someone's going to have to explain one day why he bought Ring of Honor. Other than I got the money to do it. Like, other than I got the money to do it, explain to me why he being Tony Khan purchased Ring of Honor. That makes no sense to me.
Because at first I thought,
Go ahead.
What are you going to say?
Keep it away from WWE. Remember, both were trying to get it.
So, like, go ahead, Andrew.
No, because I was going to say, I thought at first it was just so he could preserve the library, but then I'm like, we haven't heard nothing else about that, if that was even true.
It's a waste of resources.
Yes.
Because you aren't even, like, yeah, they still have cards, true indeed, but that needs to be far away from AEW. I don't need to see Ring of Honor championship matches or champions on AEW regularly. Like, that should be something that, is like a special attraction. Like, they should be far away from each other. Like, because to be fair, to be completely fair, then we can get out of here. That overlap for Ring of Honor and AEW fans got to be high 80%. If you a Ring of Honor fan, or vice versa, if you're an AEW fan, you watch Ring of Honor. If you're a Ring of Honor fan, you watch AEW. Like 80%, like it's got to be 80% overlap, and that doesn't equate to I need to purchase this company. Like, it's not beneficial. So, but again, they got billions. So if you got billions, sometimes you can do the hell you want to do it, and you get to figure it out. But I hope he gets around. You need to get around people smarter than you at all times in business, in life. That way you aren't standing still or stagnant in what you're doing. You got to be around people smarter than you. And I don't know if Tony understands that. I don't know the gentleman personally, but sometimes the perception is he's extremely tone deaf, and tunnel vision is one thing, but just being naive and not paying attention to the room, not being able to read the room is a completely other thing. So hopefully someone gets in his ear and helps him correct these things, because the last thing we need is AEW going out of business. It's the last thing we need.
I got one. I know we done talked about this for a while now, but I got one last thing I want to say.
Sure.
He's also gotten a lot of people from WWE that were at one point in time in WWE, they were popular, and then because of Vince's bad decisions, they kind of fell off a little bit. He got them in AEW and then did not try to recapture that momentum. And so, because like while you was talking just now, I got curious, like what happened to Rusev, aka Miro? And then come to find out, last year he was his release.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have so many people who want to leave you?
Yeah.
Talented people too, who we in the other promotions that they worked in, they didn't have this issue. Like Rusev want to leave, Ray Phoenix want to leave. Y'all done caught Britt Baker hard to work with. She want to leave. Why everybody want to? CM Punk left, and he was one of the ones. Cody Rhodes helped start the damn thing. He left. Like, why do you have so many talented people who are just like, you know what, this is not for me?
It was a meme. It was I don't remember the match, but it was a match that had Cody. It was somehow it had Cody and Punk in the AEW, and then I also had Jade Cargill. It was like, how the hell you fumble these three people? Like, you had these three people. You had these three people in your house, and you fumbled them. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm signed with Jungle Jack Perry and Young Buck and Lynn. Well, that was fun. That was fun. Before we get out of here, you guys got anything else to say to the people?
Do I?
Be nice. Be nice. Nick?
No, because if I say what I want to say, I think the only person who's gonna get it is Neek. Because we talked about it while you was before we started production.
Yeah.
We talked about it while you were getting things set up. I'll just say this: comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
I'll just leave it at that.
It is.
Do not compare yourself to others. Do not like what's for you is for you. Like if you hear somebody else is happy, just even if you're not happy for them, just keep it to yourself. Let them be happy.
I like it. Nick?
Let me tell you something, internet wrestling community. It's my camera. If you're shocked that you've seen a lot of black celebrities or black people in general that enjoy wrestling like you, then you don't know black people.
Can you believe he said that shit in 2025? Did you see what happened, Andrew?
No, what happened?
Raw was in Atlanta.
Yes.
Atlanta. Stop. Atlanta.
Top 3 blickety blackest places in America.
Tennessee and hookah, Atlanta.
Raw was in Atlanta. Now when on Netflix, they show, when they come back from commercial breaks, they show the people in the crowd, the celebrities in the crowd. So they were showing, it's Atlanta, so they were showing rappers. Dave Meltzer goes on his after show talking about how he normally likes the celebrity thing, and I'm paraphrasing a lot of this, but it became a little too much. It was too many rappers. Why were they showing so many rappers? I normally like it, but not tonight. And he just kept going on and on. And it was so weird because it was like, wait, they do this every week, and you wait till the week where it's the blackety black week, and you got a problem with. What the heck, Dave?
You said Dave Meltzer, and I immediately knew, like, oh, this is gonna be some.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that, Nick. I almost forgot about that.
I just thought of that myself.
Crazy.
Yeah. Black people like things.
Black people have made wrestling cool. We've made wrestling cool these last 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
To be very,
if you want
endemic on, yeah.
If you want things to be cool, you got to include black people somehow. Even though we don't have a main black male star yet, we make things cool. Trick right now is the guy up. If they get Carmelo Hayes ready, we got 2 up. But like I'm saying, Oh yeah, Open Pimmy. But like I'm saying, and Jovan. Shit. We got
They're
4.
there.
They're
Already
there. This is already it. Black people like things. That's all I gotta say. We're done.
All right. So after all of that, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. But most importantly, please stop throwing chairs. Peace.
Throw them at the HR person though. You can throw them at them.
Stop the damn record.
You don't get fucked.